Well, I mean, I think you can see where he makes the connection because, oh, actually, I know what we can go over now. More of the theory that all of these came from the same story.
That Christianity came from the same story?
No, that they all came from Christian story.
Mm.
Check it. All right.
Check it.
You've got everyone understanding the same story.
Yes.
Adam and Eve.
Adam and
all
Eve.
that jazz.
All that jazz.
You got the serpent in the garden.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward, we've got the Tower of Babel.
Right.
No one wants to spread around the earth, so God disperses them, changes their languages, everything. Or I think he just changes their languages and then they disperse.
Yeah.
But imagine that what happens is that serpent / the devil goes around and helps corrupt these stories until they get changed to the point where the first thing that there was a giant serpent. And that's the thing that everything came out of. Because imagine how opposite that is to the Christian story.
Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't surprise me at all. And
some speculation.
Sure.
But
I don't think it's flawed speculation. At least
it's not implausible.
Right. For sure. Yeah, I think that's a really interesting
and it's kind of
idea.
What you were talking about last week.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was trying to... I think that's what I was trying to get at ultimately last week.
Well, and that's why we had to wait till this episode because I had to explain the Ouroboros first.
Wow, that's actually a pretty good point you're making. I'd love to bring that up with our worship pastor.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
I think he'd get a kick out of that.
And yeah, it's just an idea, but
no, but like
it could help explain a lot of the similarities that we see.
Yeah, well, and to further that, these other stories start with a serpent of chaos, right? And not only that, but every great being, the most powerful beings, even the beings that kill the serpent, are subject to vices just like we are.
And they came out of that serpent. And what would the devil do except make himself the first and the greatest? And like even the all-encapsulating thing.
And then everything that came from him would be subject to vice. Even the most powerful. I think that's like the biggest thing for me, is like the biggest kicker is like all of these great gods and stuff. All this stuff is, everything's subject to vice. But the Christian God's not. Judeo-Christian God is not. Yahweh is not subject to vices. He's just not. But I mean, every other myth, I don't know of any other mythology in which the God isn't subject to vices. And I'm not saying I know every mythology. That's just not.
No, I think you're right.
But nothing comes to mind.
Yeah. I can't think of one. And I know quite a few.
Yeah.
So there's something there.
I think there's something really strongly there, but
Hey, I got another quote for you. Listener likes, comments, and subscribes down below. And if you understood any of my word salad, go ahead and click the link below for a full video and a 5-course meal. Thanks for watching.